Hello and welcome to the morning news here on Newday on TV3. My name is Beatrice Sedu. Coming up in the next few minutes. Over 1 million Ghanaians lifted out of multi-dimensional poverty in the last 1 year. That's according to the Ghana Statistical Service. We'll bring you the details. Government to permanently deploy 24-hour military presence at various illegal mining sites, considered as flashpoints by close of the first quarter 2026. Much later on the program, Ghana Health Service records 12 new cases of Mpox, bringing the total number of confirmed infections nationwide to 980. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Now, Ghana is making significant strides in the fight against poverty, with new data showing that over 1 million people have moved out of multidimensional poverty in less than a year. According to the latest report from the Ghana Statistical Service, the number of people experiencing deprivation in health, education, and living conditions dropped from 8.2 million in early 2024 to roughly 7 million by the third quarter of 2025, with employment as a major driver.
While the national poverty rate has fallen to 21.9%, the GSS warns of a widening gap between our cities and villages. Rural areas face a poverty incidence of nearly 32% compared to just 14% in urban centres. Regionally, the northeast and savannah regions remain the most vulnerable, with over half the population classified as multi-dimensionally poor. In contrast, Greater Accra and the Western region maintain the lowest rates, both staying under 20%. Government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu explains.
If you look at the data, you would see that Greater Accra is actually around 9%, between 8 to 9%, more specifically. So it's lower. And then if you take Western region, 18%. Now, the point I was trying to make there by saying that if you take the two regions, they are under 20%. Because the national average is around 21.9%.
The report identifies a lack of health insurance coverage as the single largest contributor to poverty, affecting over a quarter of the population. Other critical poverty drivers include nutrition accounting for 14.4%, employment 12.3%, and school attendance 8.5%.
Households headed by the unemployed actually recorded the highest poverty, reaching 35.6% in quarter 3 of 2025 from 31.9% in quarter 2. So those who are not working, the poverty rates are very high. And we are talking about 35.6% in quarter 3. If you compare this to those who are in the private informal sector, they also recorded very high poverty rates, but they were below, around 22%.
As Ghana aims to meet SDG Target 1.2, this data serves as a roadmap to ensure that as the economy grows, no community, especially in our rural north, is left behind.
Now, the government will permanently deploy a 24-hour military presence at various illegal mining sites, considered as flashpoint by close of the first quarter of 2026. Spokesperson of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Secretariat, NIMOS, Kwesi Shandov, says this strategy, sanctioned by the sector minister, is the commencement of the new phase of the fight against illegal mining, also known as Galamsey.
With over 1,500 persons arrested so far, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, continues to crack down on illegal mining flashpoint in the eastern Ahafo, Bono and Ashanti regions as part of efforts to fight Galamsey. Their latest raid in the Bono region led to the injury of a member of the task force, while one armed assailant was killed in an exchange of gunfire. Spokesperson of NIMODS and the Lands Ministry, Parkwesi Shandov, says despite the gains made, political interference remains a major bane.
The facts, like the ones that NIMODS confronted yesterday, and the illegal miners that consistently we've been arrested, indeed we've arrested over 1,500, all of them are not the focal persons. The focal persons and the actual instigators and the principal facilitators of illegal mining are the political kingpins. They actually are the challenge. Indeed, they are the ones who interfere with most of NIMOD's operations, and they are the real headache.
He indicated that government will permanently deploy a 24-hour military presence at various illegal mining sites considered as flashpoint by close of the first quarter of 2026.
The crackdowns are in full force. So we have 2 more months in the first quarter of 2026. Within this period, we are hoping to fully deploy military personnel, the NIMOD's task force, to all the relevant flashpoints on a permanent basis, which means that they'll be there 24 hours 7, monitoring and embarking on operations along all the water bodies that earlier we declared as security zones. And so that is in the offing.
In welcoming this initiative, co-founder of environmental civil society organization Eco-Conscious Citizens, Aula Sewa, says this deployment will be a major boost to the fight against illegal mining.
We'll take the right steps and ensure that where there's political interference, we expose those who are interfering and deal with them. All we need right now is a political will. The president assured us whilst in opposition that they would deal with the canker. Because as I keep on saying, we're on the verge of an ecological catastrophe. We cannot go on this way. We really need to put in.
Despite what he described as permanent attacks and disruptions to its work, NIMODS reaffirms its resolve to continue the fight against illegal mining and called on stakeholders to maintain their support for ongoing operations.
In other news, the Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Akwele-Oklu has assured victims of Tuesday's fire outbreak near the Circle VIP bus terminal of the government support. She gave the assurance during a visit to the scene to assess the extent of damage. Noura Mohammed was there with her and filed this report for us.
The National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, has begun clearing operations at the site of the inferno at the Circle VIP bus terminal, which occurred on January 20. The fire, which affected more than 50 shops, led to the loss of property, leaving many traders devastated. The Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Akwele-Oklu on Wednesday, January 21, visited the scene to inspect the ongoing NADMO operations.
Yesterday we had a fire outbreak. I was here with NADMO. In fact, initially I asked NADMO to take the lead to come and look at the place and then have some assessments and give us the feedback. And the cause of the fire is not yet known because we are still waiting for fire service to give us the feedback. And so there was a time we asked the assembly to decongest the place because we noticed that there's a lot of activities ongoing here. Yesterday when we came, we noticed there was a choba here. At the same time, they have drinking spots and a whole lot of people sleep here, they use here as their abode. And so we noticed that some of them even have gas. Yesterday they were able to retrieve more than 50 gas cylinders. And so we keep on asking, for how long are we going to sit to wait for this?
She assured affected traders of the government's commitment to supporting the rebuilding process, but cautioned them against rushing back to the site until reconstruction is fully completed.
We've asked the assemblies to take care of the debris, and that is exactly what they are doing. We are yet to wait feedback from the fire service to know the cause of the fire, and then the affected victims, no matter what it is, the government is ready to support them.
The recurring fires at the Kwame Nkrumah interchange are a reminder of the dangers posed by poor planning and disregard for fire safety. As bulldozers continue to clear debris from the burnt area, many affected traders can only wait and reflect on their losses, hoping for an opportunity to start afresh. Nura Mohammed, TV3 News, Accra.
Now, the Northern Regional Liaison Office of the National Security has arrested 45 foreign nationals believed to have entered the country from La Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso and Liberia. Sustained intelligence by the National Security revealed that the foreign nationals were engaged in kidnap recruitment and trafficking activities within vulnerable peri-urban communities in Tamale. The suspects include 12 Ivorian nationals, 2 Liberian nationals and 31 Burkinabe nationals. All individuals are reported being lured into Ghana under false promises of employment, international travel opportunities and business prospects linked to QNet schemes. The suspects have since been handed over to the Ghana Immigration Service for further investigations. Still on national security, the liaison officer RSM, retired Adams Mohammed, provided some extra details about what we talked about earlier.
As we dug deeper, we realized most of them were lured into Ghana with the promise of taking them to Europe for other greener pastures. And some too were brought in to do these QNet activities and other related activities. We are not ruling out the issue of terrorism and that of economic migration. We've been instructed to hand them over to the Ghana Immigration Service for further engagement. I want to stand here on behalf of the National Security Coordinator, assuring the general public that they should go about and carry out their daily activities in peace and safe. We can assure them of their safety. They should not feel that they are insecure. National security is on top of its job and is taking the fight to fish out each and every criminal within our society. I think the peace of our region and the peace of the country is a great supreme interest to us.
The Ghana Health Service has recorded 12 new cases of Mpox, bringing the total number of confirmed infections nationwide to 980 as of January 18, 2026. Mpox spreads through mainly close contact with an infected person, underscoring the need for heightened public vigilance and adherence to preventive measures. The Ghana Health Service is urging the public to maintain good health, personal hygiene and promptly report symptoms associated with the disease. These include fever, skin rash, headache, muscle aches, also chills and extreme tiredness. Health authorities stress that early detection and treatment remain key in controlling the spread of Mpox and preventing complications. Anyone who experiences any of the listed symptoms is advised to visit the nearest health facility immediately for assessment and care. We're still on health because the government has begun the construction of a cardiovascular center at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. The project is aimed at improving emergency and specialized heart care services in the northern sector of the country.
A catheterization laboratory. The teaching hospital has for years posed serious challenges to it. The lab is a specialized unit where doctors diagnose and treat heart and blood vessel conditions using minimally invasive procedures. Without it, patients with severe cardiac conditions often have to be referred to Kolebu Teaching Hospital in Accra for treatment.
Some work that's been done in Komfo-Anokye over the last 10 years shows that the heart attack issues or cardiac problems like this I have just mentioned has gone up by over 250 percentage points. So the burden is there. What has been lacking, it's avenue to intervene.
In July 2025, the challenge drew national attention following the death of a cardiologist at Kath, Dr. Kwame Duofori, who reportedly suffered a heart attack. And he could not receive the urgent care required.
We lose a lot of people, and you see, heart attacks, strokes are no respecter of persons. We lost a colleague. They came here, it's something we could have managed, but we didn't have the resources. So it's very prevalent.
In response, the government, under the Medical Trust Fund, has commenced the construction of a cardiovascular and interventional center at Kath, which will include a fully equipped Kath lab. At a consultative forum for Kath management, consultant and senior specialist, a cardiologist, Dr. Lambert Appiah, said the completion of the center will be a game changer.
The geolocation of Kath is such that it receives, referrals from 12 out of the 16 administrative regions. So we do have a very huge burden. For that reason, if we have such a facility here in Komfanoche, we are sure that it's going to serve the majority of Ghanaians, from both far and near.
When completed, the facility is expected to reduce referrals, improve emergency responses to heart attack, and save lives across the Ashanti and northern part of Ghana. The project is expected to be completed within 4 months.
And back here in Accra, residents of Teshi and nearby communities have been battling water shortage for more than 3 months now. In response, authorities in the area have stepped in with temporary measures to ease the hardship. While residents welcome the intervention, they say that it is not enough and are urging authorities to fast-track permanent solutions as the crisis continues.
When the news team visited Teshi and its surrounding communities on Wednesday morning, efforts were underway to address the lingering water crisis. At the Teshi Camp 2 cluster of schools and the Teshi Northern cluster of schools, construction of boreholes have already begun, with structures taking shape. Although the projects are yet to be completed, the visible activity is raising cautious hope among residents who have endured months without a regular water supply. Assembly members of the Suchuno and Tribleo electoral areas spoke about the intervention so far.
There has been a very, very, very big problem with water challenge within Teshi, or I would even say within Krowo, Lada, Dekotopon, and that of Osu areas. The MP, in collaboration with that of the Assembly, which is the MC, they were bringing tankers around to come and fill most of the poly tanks around the areas, so that the people will also get some water. This is what they can do for now, but that can never solve the problem.
There will be 5 boreholes. One at Camp 2, one at Teshi Grammar School, one at Aboshenya, one at Aboma, and then one at Lekman Hospital. We are pleading with them to solve their issues with the desalination plant, those in charge, so that we can have this can go, because as they're saying, water is life. Without water, you can't do anything.
Some community members called on the authorities to hasten construction as the water crisis persists.
A lot of food vendors around this area, they have stopped cooking for the people around the area to buy. Also, our household choices that we normally do, it's very, very difficult to go by it. We will plead with the government, we will plead with the MCE, we will plead with the Assemblyman and the MP to come to our aid. To us alone, we will pray that they can finish it quickly for us so that the community can have access to it.
We are waiting for the polytank and the borehole people so that they can connect the water and the water will flow for the community. And we thank them that they have tried for this borehole to the community because it's not easy.
The ongoing water crisis has impacted the socio-economic activities of residents in the affected communities. It is hoped that the drilling of the boreholes, while not a permanent solution, will go a long way in supplementing effort to address residents' concern.
And that's all for the morning news here on New Day on TV3. My name is Beatrice Edu. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Do stay with us on New Day.
Yao Sapong and their Smafo band. Originally, they sang the song. One of the lead vocalists, that's Mamiti, was still in that song. But this one, they co-opted for the modern era. The Tego sisters, I can see right in there as well.
Yeah, because I didn't know that Tego sisters were part of the original song.
No, they were not. This one for the modern era, just they co-opted them, and they so it's not. It sounds almost like a remix, but it's really not. It sounds like the original.
Yeah,
so
it does.
That's the original.
Yeah.
Yasapo and the Asmafo band, fantastic, and you can clearly feel the SDA singing vibe in there. You look at the percussions and the humming and the rhythms from the guitar, clearly also indicating that the man was a great musician alongside the Asmafo band as well.
I mean, scripturally, looking at the lyrics, I mean, ensure that he was able to weave the scriptures from different parts into it. It remains a beautiful song. Yes.
Clearly a beautiful song as well. And the video also does justice to the song, even though it clearly is an old song. But again, remix for the modern era. And so beautiful. And I know one person who loved a number of these songs. Chairman Godwin Tamaku, always playing a number of these old songs. And the wife also loves them as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, the wife is called Alice. And when you go to her status, she'll be posting these old songs like Hanamafu, you know, the Tego sisters. She'll be posting some of those songs. And then for Chairman himself, the A.K. Ampofueje, and then we have Nana Ampedu, you know, some of those ones, Nana Tofo and some of them as well.
I mean, it's unfortunate we lost the two main guys.
Kofi Sami and all that.
For the Asumafo, the lead.
So the two of them are gone.
Yes.
May they so rest in peace.
The other, Tiwa, right? She died less than a month or around a month.
She died earlier. A couple of months ago, actually.
So
the last year. Well, all of you are welcome to the show. There's always you can get interactive, and we have our social media handles for you real time. So just in case you're dressing up and to make sure that you get to your various destinations for work, whether it is a trading place or maybe a mainstream work, please make sure you stay with us. So when you're transitioning out of the house or the home, you also can catch us live. TV3 Ghana always available for you because we're always streaming there. And a number of you already on stream. Please make sure you follow the conversation. A number of things have been happening. You know, forget about Kendo Freata, etc. A number of things. So we've had a number of incidents. I noticed 2 reports, at least fires. The last one posted by a good friend who used to be the PRO for the Ghana National Fire Service, and that guy has been one of the leading. No, so there's Billy and Agla. So I always rank Billy first, and the second one will have to be Alex Kenate. But unfortunately, he had an incident. They went to take his old social media post, which he commented as an exuberant young person on political issues, and they used that against him. But I think that as one of the lead public relations person for the Ghana National Service, he was really a great ambassador for the service. Now we don't have a lot of education.
And he was actually always available. Available, irrespective of the time of the fire outbreak. He was available to talk to
And the good thing was that he had a lot of mates who are in television as well as radio production. So he was always having the network to call on you. Say, can I have education?
Oh, that's lovely.
I have a particular, my only post on TikTok is the one we had, I think, 2 Christmases ago. In which somebody called from Takwa and said, the best thing that happened to him was that he was able to impregnate the wife.
But you see, that day, I watched the show from home, and I thought that
you did. It was
you
a bit funny.
and Alex, you intentionally pretended you were, you were intentional about...
No, that day Alex didn't do well. He was laughing.
You pretended you were not hearing the guy.
Yeah, he was laughing. So I pretended I didn't hear that.
So
I said...
Wait, did you actually...
So I said, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat? And the person called from Takwa. It's quite an amazing time.
It was quite an interesting conversation.
Alex Kenate, wherever you are, good morning to you. Great guy. We've had a number of fire incidents, and if we had a proactive public relations directorate, he would have been the person here educating us, telling us these are the caution, because interfacing with the individuals within the public space is important for social services and the improvement for us, the public, who are the customers. So if it's health, etc., or it's fire, what are the preventive measures we need to undertake? If it's even for health, how do we do preventive health care.
Yeah.
So that we don't go and inundate the emergency ward and be insulting nurses who are poorly paid, who also have to get frustrated because sometimes we don't treat nurses very well when we get to the emergency wards.
Sometimes I feel that the mindset of majority
or
of
even
the
teachers.
people we interact with is such that you need to continuously do the education because people just will not change.
Well, certainly.
Yes, so...
I wish we can even do that for our question of the day for the This Morning segment.
Okay.
Because alongside that, we've had a number of concerns being raised about the arbitrariness by which commercial drivers tend to increase fares on one particular route. They'll do that. I mean, it always was happening, but this time it looks like we've been inundated. You know, and the traffic also is not helping. We go out of the city, we come into the city, so they know the congestion levels, the peak times and non-peak times.
You know, the interesting bit is, I mean, over the period, we've had GPRTU talking to us about the fact that they're going to be looking into this. And I'm sure you're aware, yesterday they arrested 15 of those drivers charging.
No, I was aware. I thought I was aware about the announcement that was made that the task force will be going around. They did an arrest.
Yeah, they arrested, but I wasn't so impressed because really...
Why, you wanted...
No, a lot of things happen and then quickly everybody wants to, you know, do something, give it a month or two, everybody goes to sleep. So I would be impressed if for the next 6 months or 1 year, we see the GPRTU arresting a lot of their members, then I know that they're serious about this. Not because we've made noise about it and now they want to do something.
But it's good that we made noise about it. Otherwise, they were just taking us for granted. They still do though, but...
I mean, the fact that majority of Ghanaians rely on trotro.
Because fuel is really low.
Yeah, the price.
I mean, drive a normal 1.8 car.
I told you I've seen people who are filling their tanks and they intentionally allow it to overflow and then they show the, how do you call that? Is it
the readings?
The readings that display how much and
the
how many liters
and then
they're like, it's still not enough. I mean, it's still not too much, so I can afford to do this. So it's really unreasonable for the drivers to do that. But like I said, I will be impressed if they continue to do this, they sustain this for the next 6 months, 1 year, then I know that they are really serious.
So consistency is important for you.
I've been in Ghana for a long time, so they will start and then just stop when the media stops talking about it, and everything goes back to the bad ways.
You're my Queen Elizabeth for the morning. This one too is by Eddie Joy.
It's from Eddie Joy, yes.
You look like some aristocrat from Bridgerton. You know Bridgerton?
You love that movie. You mentioned
no, it's a series on Netflix.
Yeah, but you mentioned it.
Delzy is always delight. Is always commenting Charlie exquisite, and the sister is called Philippine as well. Let me say good morning to you, John Agringi. You are in Kumasi, and then your wife is also called Juliet Ayamba. John Agringi is head of finance of the Kropon Government Polyclinic. Wishing you all the best for the day. Great guy by all standards. And then I also have some great ladies who also tend to watch us, especially educationists. So Anna Adalete of Ejumakon Gesdi DAA Basic School at Ejumakon in the Central Region. You're a member of the Ghana National Association of Teachers. Wishing all the best. And then Guy G is with the Get Connected Camp. Used to work at Ghana Gas as well. Great guy. And so I think he sent a message. He's countering Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who says that he'll be paying for Christian delegates to Israel. You know, Muslims get some subsidies when that is if they can afford for their particular year.
For the Hajj,
so Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is proposing to also help Christians have a pilgrimage to Israel.
But he's a Muslim.
No, but he will be president.
Okay.
So it's a campaign promise. So so Gaiji is responding from the Ken camp, a rich idea from people's favorite. This shouldn't be a campaign promise. Can promise and fail. Gaiji, cantonment Gaiji.
A number of people also sending their messages here. Yes, Prince Henry Koforidua says, may the soul of Mami Tiwa and Sapon rest, Sapon rest in peace. May all the departed souls rest in peace.
Fantastic.
And then he adds something that yesterday I was returning from Accra after my morning program and I chanced upon the firefighters at Medina Zongo Junction. In fact, the firefighters did a marvelous work, to be honest. They used less than an hour to douse the flame. flame. Thank you so much for, so we're just showing you visuals of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know the Ghana National Fire Service, I mean, these days they're trying, but I think that they have to undertake the public education that we need. I mean, we have the airtime if they want to come for public education purposes, like early morning like this. If we had Kinate, Alexander Kinate would always come early in the morning and tell us what the do's and don'ts, as we say it in primary school when we're doing what are the do's or junior secondary school, you know, do's and don'ts. You know, then we look at merits and demerits, advantages and disadvantages, by way of the caution, etc. Because this thing, pure negligence.
Yes.
Somebody who was just negligent at undertaking an activity.
One thing that baffles my mind a lot of the time is, in fact, if you look at the Medina fire and also the one that happened, was it 3 days ago at the Circle area, I think what I heard was that somebody was cooking. And it seems to be a cause that runs through a number of the fire outbreaks.
Okay.
And I know that at least the fire service tries to educate people.
Okay.
I still don't understand why that education hasn't sunk down with a number of traders that when you're even cooking, you need to be extra careful because it could spark a fire. And at the end of the day, their properties and, you know, their capital gets bent and they have to depend on the government again to come in. It's like a cycle that really, I find it very difficult to comprehend. I know that we need to do a lot more education. But I don't know how we can get that down. Really.
That's true. That's true.
It's difficult for me to really get. Yes.
Well, we have a great package for you. And so we're going to bring you the latest sports headlines. That will be in the third hour or the second hour of the show. So post 9 o'clock. So make sure you stay right here. And then, of course, those who are celebrating their birthdays also, if we have enough time, as we always do, we are going to acknowledge you, and then we have cash out *439#. Increase the number of increase.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. It's too early in the morning.
Yes.
Increase the number of tickets you have. Choose option 2. You become one of those lucky winners.
Play more.
Yeah. It's one of the rhymes, just like
Rosebank International
University. But what are you doing for big issues, Beatrice?
So I'm sure you're aware that NIMOS has been facing a number of challenges. People attacking them.
That's true.
Even, agencies that are outside of NIMOS, they've had communities attacking them from last year up until now. And so now the officials have decided to ensure that they deploy permanent military presence to areas they seem as flashpoints. And so we heard the NIMOS representatives telling us that this is an initiative which has been endorsed by the minister, the lands minister, and so that's what they will be doing as part of a number of strategies that they are rolling out to help deal with the illegal mining issue. Just because yesterday or 3 days ago, there was a confrontation where one of the illegal miners was shot and unfortunately pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital, and the NIMOS official as well was, we're told, were shot in the thigh, currently still receiving treatment. Yes, at a health facility nearby in the area where this happened. And so that's something we'll really be looking into, whether or not this is a strategy that really, looking at the huge nature of this fight, we can sustain moving forward. And of course, yesterday we heard that Sedina Tamaklo, the former Maslow CEO, was also going to face a U.S. immigration court in U.S. Over the extradition request sent in by the government last year. We're still getting details regarding that. So we'll be looking into these and really the way forward, and really some recommendations that may come up, and the latest from the Sedina case as well. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we'll have Nanaya Ajantua, presidential staffer, joining us. She hasn't been here in a while. We'll also have our other regular panelists as well. We'll have Madam Rodelyn Imora Ayana. We'll have also Madam Susan Edra-Mankwa. And we'll try and get a security analyst as well to look into this strategy by NIMOS as regards the fight against illegal mining. So really, like you said earlier, it's a full package for you. You want to stay tuned in?
Well, certainly. Alhaji Jibril of National Security, Edmond Combat, the Tema Oil Refinery, and then Alhaji Osman Razak, who is the National Security Coordinator. Greetings from Alhaji Jibril to all of you as well. And, well, we have to go to our this morning segment, and we're talking about the task force. We'll look at the fires as well.
Arresting, yes.
What do you think the solution should be? Do you think the GPRT is doing the right thing? How can they intensify this? And then these rampant fires, even though they happen sparingly, what should we be doing to improve in terms of educating ourselves, becoming more cautious, and then also fighting it as well? All right. So that will be up, and it's up next. That's the This Morning segment. Please make sure that we have the interaction.
On TV3. Yes, so we are asking you, the GPRTU, after a number of us talked about a number of the members charging unapproved fees, exorbitant prices, has decided now to ensure that it deploys members of a task force that will be arresting people who are doing that. And yesterday we learned that some 15 of such drivers were arrested. Is this the way to go? And if you agree that this is the way to go, how does the GPRTU sustain this and ensure there is discipline on our roads from members of the union? And so call in, the numbers are displayed on your screen, and share your thoughts with us. But a number of you have also sent your messages as well. Okay, we have a first caller. Perhaps I should pick that before I read your messages. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tell us your name, where you're calling us from.
Please, this is Megina Kosi, a.k.a.
Hey, Megina.
Common man with the common sense.
Megina, it's been 100 years.
No, you do.
Okay, how are you?
By the grace of God, I always watch you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you monitor the MPP elections? Because when Gaiji sent the message, we've had a swift response from the Baumia supporters. So Master Planner Junior Policy Analyst says Baumia will surely deliver on all his promises. At least a promise made is better than insult and bitterness. I don't know what you make of it, but please go on.
Okay. The guy you just mentioned the name. What is the name, sir?
It's called Zach. That's Master Planner Junior Kentampo.
Master Planner Junior. Indeed, he's my junior. And I want to tell him that he should be thinking of how, in his old age, he will be advising the party to position themselves well. Because looking at how MPP is handling itself, there is no future for the party. Any person with a political spectacle will be able to tell you they are not ready to let Ghanaians choose them as alternative as a party to lead the country. Because looking at the utterances politically, it doesn't really sense well to the voter.
Okay.
To choose them as a party to lead.
Okay, Megina, let's come to our substantive issues, the fires, and then also
the
GPRTU and the task force they have in town.
I wonder, and I'm surprised at the way and manner the transport operators are treating their customers. I mean, the passengers and people who use their services. Because whenever there is a little increase or rise of petrol prices, they will not ask us, they will not tell us whether or not the magazine or spare parts have been reduced or what. They say, since the price of the petroleum product have been increased, they are also increasing the fare. But when it reduces for the customer or the passenger to also benefit, you hear them, when we go, the spare parts is not reduced and what and what. I went to magazine Shinani to ask about whether they are charging unfairly on the drivers. They say no. Sometimes when they are come to repair their cars, it is the drivers who go and buy the spare parts and bring to the magazine people to fix it for them. And sometimes they even work for them without charging them, without asking them to pay at the instances. But when they come, they push all these costs on us. So I will beg them and plead with them that they should kindly respect their customers and also let them relieve a bit.
Okay.
Because we are also should enjoy. And I have said...
Megina, your time is up. Thank you very much, Megina.
I'm not sure.
Megina Kwesi.
He didn't share his view on whether or not this strategy by the GPRTU is sustainable.
Megina, I think should have been a lecturer, because Megina starts from laying the foundation, the intro.
Before he goes into
the problem statement, yes.
There's a message from Bernard. He says, good morning to Okaishi Manche 1. Okay. A message from Simon Yenwa says, good morning, Beatrice and Roland. It is good to hear that some arrest is being effected on recalcitrant drivers, taking undue advantage of passengers and charging them arbitrarily. The exercise should not be centered in only Accra. It should be extended to other regions where this impunity is intensive. It looks like the people of Wa are equally facing the same problem. But we do have our next call on the line. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tell us your name, where you're calling us from.
Okay, this is Sani from Wali Wali.
Oh, hi, Sani. I hope you're well.
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you too?
Very well. Thank you. Thank you.
Roland, how are you?
I'm well, sir. Yes, Annie.
Okay. Yes. I'm very happy about the news that we are getting from the GPRTU. I think that is the best thing. This is what we've been waiting for all this time. To no avail. So now that they have started this, I believe it will go a long way to deter their members from charging the arbitrary and unfair charges that we see. But like someone said, we need to see it trickle down to the regions and then the districts. Because our part of the country, they charge too much. Like I said, Waliwali to Tamale, which is just an hour, drive, they are charging 55 Ghana cedis. Waliwali to Bolga, 30. Very short distance. And Nairobi to very short distance, they are charging very high fare. So I want to appeal to the MCEs across the regions to also make sure that they collaborate with the GPRTU to clamp down on these people. Because what they are doing, it's not there's no justification whatsoever. Because fuel prices have come down drastically. You understand? You go to some filling station, they're even selling 10 cedis a liter. So what justification do they have to charge these unfair charges? It's not the best at all. And then another thing is, it doesn't even, they have to even look at the luggages that they go along with. You see, sometimes our people who go to Kumasi and then Accra to buy goods and come and sell. You see, if they have to tell you the kind of charges that they pay for the goods, that one too, it's not good, it's too high. So they must make sure that they don't only look at the passengers, but they also look at the goods that they come along, because that is where the problem normally comes. When they pay high, they also come and make sure that we, the final consumer, also pay that. But by and large, I want to tell them that they have started something that is very good. But you see, we're not only interested about the arrest. We want to make sure that they are made to face prosecutions, because quite often we hear of arrest, and at the end of the day, we don't know how the case ends. So we want to make sure that they should make sure that they prosecute these people to serve as a deterrent. I want to thank you and then greet my people in Wali Wali, the former regional minister who stood as NDC.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. And we'll be calling officials of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union as well as other transport unions and get some latest feedback from them. This one is coming from Richard Damankwa Kwashi, who lives in Adenta. Says, good morning to you. Looking very beautiful, and says that it is a shame that drivers will buy fuel at a certain cost and then subsequently go on to charge fares that don't correlate. This action makes citizens suffer all the time. And Bonti Benjamin says that happy birthday to the Honorable Samuel Nati George, the Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Pram, and the Minister for Communications as well, says that he should have a good one, but says that he's looking forward to the MPP primaries. May the best team win, but certainly it has to... Okay, Bonti Benjamin, who are you supporting? All right, so Bonti Benjamin will feed us in as well.
Abbas Imoro joins us live on the phone as well. Good morning, Abbas. Tell us where you're calling us from. And share your thoughts with us. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, Abbas Imoro with the GPRT. He speaks for the GPRT. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
Yes. First of all, yesterday we heard that you arrested about 15 of recalcitrant drivers on the road. If you can tell us the specific things you saw which led to the arrest.
Yes, our union guys did, and we handed them over to the police. And yesterday in the evening, they had to continue in the evening as well. So this morning when I get to the office, I will have the feedback of what transpired yesterday as well.
Which part of the capital city did you arrest these individuals?
Come again?
Where did you find these 15 that you arrested? Which part of the city?
Which side of?
Accra, did you arrest them?
At Ablekuma. That was yesterday in the morning. It was the Ablekuma routes. And in the evening, they had to move to 37, around 37 in that area. So that one, unless I get to the office today, if I will have the feedback.
Okay, but do you have information on the earlier question I asked? What exactly was the offense, aside from the information we heard earlier that they were charging unapproved fares? And how much were they even charging?
They were charging above what they are supposed to take. And secondly, they are also working against the rules of the land. You know, when we have our road traffic regulation 2012, that is there like 2180. It is in there if you look at regulation 121, that before you drive as a professional driver, you must belong to a union, a society, organization, or transport company, of which they don't. That is also against the rules. And those are the very people who are charging, thinking they have their vehicles so they can do whatever they want on the road. But by then, they are also working against the rules of the land. So these are the offenses that they were, the two different offenses that they were charged with.
Some of our callers...
go ahead.
Some of our callers have asked you to bring it to this initiative, as it were, to other parts of the country. Do you have any plans of doing so?
Some of your callers
are asking that beyond the capital city, Accra, you should also extend this exercise to other parts, even out of Accra. I mean, for Accra, they talk about Kaneshie, and for those who called out of Accra are talking about Upper West and other regions of the country.
Yes, we have started, and it will spread all over Ghana. We know of the same problem in Kumasi, Takoradi, and other few places. This is a national issue, so everywhere that such a thing is happening, they will do same. We have started first. Yesterday, Kumasi people were also asking for such a thing in Kumasi. So it will spread all over. We will do that all over Ghana.
Now, aside from the arrest and handing them over to the police, within the GPRTU, is there any punishment that you've prescribed for such drivers?
No, this has gone beyond what we would want to punish them for. This is now a national issue. So the police will also prosecute them and send them to the law courts, because in that statutory books, the punishments are there. Either you are being fined or sentenced to jail term or to both. It's in the book. So the court will decide on what to do.
So that would be for the court. What about the union itself, so that a driver...
One person, you are not supposed to be punished twice for an offense. So if the law court punishes you, that would be for that offense. So this is how we've decided to go about it.
The question again is how sustainable this is, because a lot of the time when people are incensed about what is going on, there's this what people call knee-jerk approach. What is the plan to sustain this so we see the kind of changes we need on our roads?
I don't think what you started, people will continue to do what they believe it is bad that they are doing. So if they change for the best, where you are supposed to pay 5 cedis, they are now taking 5 cedis. There's no more issue of chasing those people out. Right? If they don't change, that is where, because already the Transport Ministry, we agree that we should get the services of the Assembly and the police in addition to our union guards. So the task force will be very huge. The number will be more. But if, from what we started, they decide to change, our people will also relax. If they continue to cheat the public, why not? We will then ask for the police and the Assembly task force. In addition to our people.
Is there any final word from you, either to commuters or to your drivers who will be listening to you this morning?
To the drivers. Those few drivers, the recalcitrant ones, we are still pleading with them to stop doing things on their own way instead of doing it the way the nation has put it for us. We are pleading with them. They should stop the overcharging and the short, which has turned into punishment for passengers. You see, if you are doing this, and if the government really deploy buses on those routes, you are going to lose your income. If you are supposed to go 5 trips a day, meaning you are going to go 2 or 3 trips, also meaning you are not going to get what you are supposed to get daily. So we are pleading with them. They should do right things so that we shall all work happily. This is all that I will say.
Thank you very much. Abbas Ibrahim Imoro, he speaks for the GPRTU. Thank you for giving us more information as regards what you're doing. Well, as you prepare to call us, there's a world-class university right here in Ghana, and that's Rosebank International University, a strong South African university and a brand of the ADV Tech Group, Africa's largest private education provider with 146 schools across 5 African countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. Rosebank International University is fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTEC in Ghana, City Guild UK, and Capsicum Cannery Studio. At Rosebank International University, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration, MBA, Master of Science and Master of Philosophy in Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, and many more. We offer hospitality and culinary arts available at diploma, undergraduate, and postgraduate levels. Our ICT has BSc Information Technology in Business Systems and IT Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a successful global career. Our mission is simple: inspiring excellence. Admissions are now open for January 2026. Visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial or Perbia House, Accra, or apply online at www.riuc.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens. from Sukura. Good morning to you, sir. It's been a while, actually. I hope you're well.
I think he called last week.
Oh, he did call last week.
Well, because you and Roland, you've forgotten about me. You don't ask of me. So
we haven't forgotten about you. I think that when you were lobbying for Alhaji Yaokondo, that's when you used to call. But now that everything is fine, Alhaji, how are you?
I'm fine, just as you are. You guys are. And looking very beautiful and handsome.
No, that's this costume.
Roland, you know what?
Yes, sir.
Even though you mentioned Alhaji Yaokondo, but let me also seize the opportunity again to say good morning to Alhaji Yaokondo. And then Alhaji Mahdi. You know, Alhaji Mahdi is now Alhaji, the director for election, NDC. Is now Alhaji. So Alhaji Mahdi. And then also another one goes to Honorable Abuaji. He's also the unit committee member of Malata. Kudos to him. And then Chiamava and Alhaji Rauf.
Hey.
Roland, you know what? I just want to thank God that this time the GPI, the travelers, will not attribute this action by GPI to arresting the recalcitrant one, those who still don't want to pay attention to the rules of law, that it is not government, it is not John Mahama who is championing this cause of arrest. Because it seems that now that we have the market at a very low rate, at a very affordable rate to all Ghanaians, you go to the Abosokai market, you will realize that, in fact, the way they are behaving there, they are taking advantage of the reduction of goods, especially when it comes to the dollar that they have been crying so long. That dollar has been this because of that. Their surplus has to go up, has to do this. Now that the dollar is down, what are we talking about? Look, just recently, just some small photo on my car, I spent over 2,000 Ghana cedis, which I did not realize. You go to the market, the way the prices are, why are they not doing? Why are they doing this? So why is the GPIG are taking care of their drivers, arresting those that are not abiding with the law? They must also educate and do some sensitization exercise to those that are selling the this thing. How do we call it? This patch. I mean, it is killing. It is killing. We should not allow the system to go like that. When the system, is affordable, we must also begin to play the same role as to just satisfy the conduct. And then sometimes the Ghanaians, we cannot continue to do this. But let me also say that this fire outbreak, it seems that it has been coming so rampant, especially in the marketplaces. There are people that need to be arrested because, look, about 2 weeks ago, when you come to Katamato, the railway, there was this guy who was carrying a gallon of fuel. And then, again, shouting in the market that he's coming to burn the market. And he needed to arrest him by the intervention of the national security.
Yeah.
That were called to go to the scene.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that what are the police, because the police came to arrest this guy. After that, we have not heard anything. So I think that we need to be up and doing to ensure that all those that are found guilty to some of these problems must be treated as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You so
we have a couple of comments before we'll get to the next caller. Philip Aboche in Keta says that, Roland, from Keta to Ho is 75 Ghana cedi. Yeah, the price of fuel is very low. Drivers in the Keta constituency are too wicked on the passengers. So we'll come for you. And then Pin Godo says that you're looking so beautiful.
Thank you, Philip.
That you're radiant with your pearls and then your makeup and earring. Hey, but says that the subject matter of drivers having a go at passengers who are vulnerable is something that needs to be looked at. And she wished that there were control price regimes in the market. Philippine Godo. And says good morning to everybody
So
else.
there's a message here coming from Efo Maugbe of the press center. He's actually wishing his daughter a birthday, but he says, good show, Beatrice and Roland, but please wish my girl who is watching you right now happy birthday to Kayla Diodone Melanie Maugbe of Prospect International School. And I'm like, okay, he's giving his
let me
daughter
see the name. The way you pronounce that name.
French name. It's a full French name. Diodone.
Diodone.
Melanie.
Oh, it's not Diodone. Oh, Diodone. Okay. Melanie.
Yeah, I found that quite
Maugbe.
interesting, yes.
Oh, great.
So happy birthday to your girl who is
Great.
still watching us.
Yeah.
And
Happy
we wish
birthday.
her all the best
Diodone.
for this year.
Yeah.
And remember that Queen Star Training Institute, formerly NASUMA School of Excellence, formal and non-formal education. They have 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year weekend intensive course, and say that they are catering. They do catering, fashion, decoration, cosmetology, and media courses as well. First 50 students will get a discount. So apply now. You can call them now on 0243 449046. School of Excellence. Let's go to Lawrence, who joins us live from Kumasi. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. How is Ashanti region this morning?
Well, let me say thank you in the first place for this opportunity.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Thank you, madam. Actually, Ashanti region is the same as it is, as far as the transportation problem is concerned. My search about this very problem is there is this one particular aspect that I want you to elaborate on it. The police service. Some of the drivers that I've discussed with them, their main reason for this overcharging is about the money that the police service, the police officers take from them. According to some of them, in the course of the day, you may spend about 100 cities or more on police charges alone. So long as they spotted you, all the